Hello everyone, today we are going to start with a new topic and that is suffixes. I know that many of you are already aware of this term suffixes, but for the few who are not aware or have got some kind of doubts, so this session is for them. Suffixes, what are exactly suffixes? Suffixes are the words, fine, or a word. It's usually added at the end, fine, ending, added to a base word to make a new word. Fine. So in this we have used two different terms. One is the base word and the second is the new word. Now what are these exactly? Now whenever we add a suffix to the base word, we add a suffix to the base word, means suffix is added at the end of the base word. What we get is a new word. Now example, what can be the example of this? So the example, let's take a very basic example of the word beauty. Now beauty is the base word. Now I am going to add a suffix to it, that is full. Beauty plus full. When these two things are added, we get a new word and that is beautiful. So this is how we have created a new word. Fine. Base word plus suffix is equal to a new word. Now we are going to discuss about the consonants and the vowels. I know that you all are aware of these two terminologies, but just we will have a quick recap. A, E, I, O, U. What are these? These are vowels. And the rest of the letters, those are left, the alphabets which are left are known as consonants. Why are we discussing these vowels and consonants among the topic suffixes? Because they matter a lot. Fine, because when we discuss about the vowels where they have a suffix, means vowel suffixes, and the consonant suffixes, so there some rules are important and you need to follow everything over there. So I will just give you some examples about them. First we will discuss about the vowel suffixes. Vowel suffix like IVE, ACE, A, IZE, ISH, AL, ING, ISM, and there is a big list of all these things. So why they are known as vowel suffixes? Because they start with the vowel I, A, I, I, A, I. Fine. And some examples of the consonant suffixes like ship, S is not a vowel, so it's a consonant. Fine. Full, the example that we did before, beautiful, so this F is a consonant suffix. So along with this we can have shun. This is another example. Meant, LY, TY, ness, less, and so on. There's a big list of the vowel suffixes and the consonant suffixes. Now let's start with the rules. Yes, there are rules to add a suffix to the base word. Now when we talk about the rule 1, you need to keep in your mind whenever a word ends with a short vowel, which is followed by a single consonant. So a short vowel that is followed by a single consonant. Single consonant. We double. Double means twice, 2 times. Double the consonant. We double the consonant. Now here I am giving you an example like sit. When we say sit, short vowel followed by a single consonant. Short vowel followed by a single consonant. So I am going to add ing to it. The base word and the suffix. Now, according to the rule, there is a short vowel which is being followed by a single consonant T. Now what the rule says, we double the consonant. This consonant is going to be double and the answer will be S-I-T-T-I-N-G. Sitting. So we have doubled the last consonant. The consonant has been doubled. This goes for all the things where the short vowel is followed by a single consonant. Fine. But as we say, exemptions are always there. But in this case, if we have W, X or Y, if we have W, X or Y, we can't double it. Fine. If there is a short vowel that is followed by a single consonant and it is W, X or Y, we cannot double it. So this rule is not applicable on these 3 alphabets. Now let's move on to the rule 2. Rule 2. When a word ends in a silent E, when the base word ends in a silent E, we have to drop that E. We have to drop that E before adding a vowel suffix. Vowel suffix. And we all know what are vowels, right? When a word ends in a silent E, drop that E before adding a vowel. Like wave. It is ending with a E, which is silent, wave. So what we have to do when we add a vowel suffix to that, so the answer is going to be waving. So that E has disappeared. So keep this in your mind. When ing will come, E will disappear. When ing will come, E will disappear. Just keep this in your mind. Now let's move on to the rule 3, which is little bit similar to the rule 2. Like it also has to do something with the silent E. Now whenever the word ends in silent E, what we are going to do, we are not going to drop that E over here because we are not talking about the vowel suffix. Okay, we will keep this E. When we have a vowel suffix, E will disappear. But whenever we have a consonant suffix, this E is going to stay there. This E is going to stay there. Let's take example of peace. And I'm supposed to add full to that. Peace is the base word. Full is the suffix. And the answer will be peaceful. So E stays there when we have a consonant suffix. But in case of a vowel suffix, it is going to disappear. Now let's move on to rule 4. When a word ends with a vowel, followed by Y. Fine. When a word ends with a vowel followed by Y, means there is some vowel, let's say A, E, I, O, U, any of these, and there is a Y along with that at the end, means finally the word is ending with Y, we are going to keep it. we are going to keep this Y along with, like play. Playing. So this Y is going to stay over here. It is not going anywhere. Whenever there is a word that is ending with a vowel followed by Y, we are going to keep that Y, and it is going to stay even after adding a suffix to it. Rule 5. Whenever a word ends with a consonant that is followed by a Y, the base word ends with Y, fine, and this Y is going to change into I. This Y is going to change into I unless, see, there's a condition to this, unless the suffix that we are going to add to this word starts with an I. Means it should not start with an I. Let's take a simple example. Try, and you have to add es to that. Fine. Try and es. It's ending with Y. The base word is ending with Y. We have to add ex. It's not starting with I. So this Y is going to change into I. Tries. Fine. Now let's move on to the last rule. Rule 6. When a word ends with CE, we are talking about the base word. Whenever the word ends with CE or GE, see, there are only two conditions, CE or GE. We are going to keep this E. We are going to keep this E. E is going to stay. E is going to stay when the vowel suffix starts with an, A or O. When the vowel suffix starts with an, A, O. Rule 6. Whenever a word ends with CE or GE, means the base word ends with CE or GE, we are going to keep this E with us when we make a new word. Fine. So, but you have to ensure that the vowel suffix that we are going to add with that must start with A or O. So the vowel suffix must start with A or O. So there are two conditions in this. First was that the base word should end with CE or GE. So in that scenario, we are going to keep this E with us, but the second condition, so the second condition that is applicable is that the vowel suffix should be A or O. Let's look at one example. Courage. So it's ending with GE. It's ending with GE. So if we add OUS to that, which is a vowel suffix and is starting with O, so this E is going to stay there. This E is going to stay there. Fine. So I hope you all are clear with all the 6 rules that we have discussed today. Happy learning. Bye.